Hey everyone, it's the Jokester here, back for another video. And today, we're going to talk about some news that Sony dropped about PS Plus. Now, I'd woken up to a message from a friend who sent me a link to the article, and I read through it. And it was a mix of good and sad, I guess, in a way. Not necessarily, I guess, bad. Well, maybe depending on how you look at it. But we kind of knew it was inevitable anyways. But getting to the news. So this month's PS Plus is going to probably be one of the best PS Plus months that Sony has ever had. At least in a very, very long time. You are going to get Bloodborne for free. Bloodborne for free is really surprising. Now, it's a server-old game, and it kind of sucks that I have a physical copy of that, which I still haven't started, and I bought that on release. I know, shame on me, especially seeing as I run a Dark Souls Facebook group, Dark Souls and Bloodborne Facebook group on, online, and I still haven't played it. But to get such a AAA game like that for free is really, really impressive. And then, on top of that, you get another big AAA game. You get Ratchet & Clank, the remake of the original Ratchet & Clank game. Yeah, for PS4, you get that for free. Those two games are enough to make you go, whoa! What is Sony doing? They've never given us a month this good in a long time. Now, some could argue last month's month with Knack and Grand Kingdom, and I can't even think of what the other game was a pretty solid month too, depending if you like those games. But getting two really good AAA games, that's just pretty surprising. And then you also get a game called Claire. I think it's like a 2D sprite, like survival horror type game. Throwback to Silent Hills, which should be pretty interesting. You get some kind of game that's like Bomberman, I guess. And what was the other game you get? There was one other one. It's kind of skipping my mind. Oh, yes. No wonder it skipped my mind, because nobody wants to play it. But you get Mighty Number 9. So, yeah, you just jump into the joy to play it. Part of me wants to experience how bad that is, but at the same time, I don't really want to download that because I don't want that on my PS4. But yeah, this is a really great, solid month of games. A lot of variety. You're wondering, dang, why is Sony doing this now? And the reason why they're doing it now? They're giving us so much good stuff. It's because they have bad news. Or sad news. The sad news is, in next year, 2019, they are effectively ending PS Plus service for PS3 games and PS Vita. Which is pretty sad. This is pretty much saying that Sony is ending, support for the PS3 and the PS Vita. We knew this was coming. They haven't supported Vita with actual physical game releases from them and from in-house games from Sony in several years. It's all been thriving on Japanese support, but now with the Switches out, I'm pretty sure that Vita releases are going to start drying up, and they're all going to go to the Switch because the Switch has been getting crazy third-party support. But, yeah, this is sad to hear, but it's also inevitable because the PS3 had a very long life cycle. The fact that we have gotten PS support on both of these platforms this long is pretty impressive, and honestly, the last few years of PS Plus support for PS3 and Vita has been kind of meh. It hasn't really been that great. So, I guess the reason why I say this is probably a good and bad thing is, well, Sony increased the price of, the PS Plus service not too long ago, last year, middle of last year, into last year, somewhere around last year. And I was talking to my friend, she was saying it's good that they're putting an end to this because we'll finally stop getting crappy games. We'll start getting good things. And I could understand where she was coming from when she said that. But then at the same time I thought, they can't effectively just give us 4 PS4 games every single month. I mean, they're not going to do that. They're not. They've been giving 2 PS4 games, and the rest have either been Vita, PS3, or you can play it on your Vita or your PS3 or PS4. But it's not been 4 actual PS4 games. So my thought is they're probably going to give us a buttload of crappy VR games. And if that's true, I guess a lot of people that have VR that thought that cash grab was worth the money will be happy, but everybody that has a Vita or PS3 and doesn't want a VR will be really ticked off because they're not going to want 2 or 3 VR games for free every month. I know I don't, but I kind of have a feeling that that's what's going to happen. I mean, I just can, and part of me wonders, without the Vita and the PS3 games that we get every month, is Sony going to increase the amount of PS4 games that we get, or they're still going to give us 1 or 2 every month? Because with the price increase, if they're taking away support for 2 consoles, that means the only console they're going to be supporting is the PS4. They don't have another handheld, or they have the PS4 and they have the VR. That's the only other 2 things that they could be giving us games and support for. So, are they really going to give us 4 PS4 games a month? They would burn through the catalog super fast. I mean, at least I think, because I don't think the PS4... Well, then again, maybe the PS4's catalog of games has actually reached as much as PS3, though I really don't think so. But it may. It's just... I mean, it's a year away from now, so it's something to think about. How is Sony going to handle this? Are they going to give us more PS4 games? Are they going to mix in 2 or 3 VR games with the PS4 games they give us? I mean, because they still, if they only give us 2 PS4 games a month and nothing else, that means we are losing free PS Plus games and still paying that price increase that they gave for the membership, because there's no reason to have a price increase for the membership if you're not going to give us the same amount of games that you've been giving us for years. If you take away games from us, then we're paying you more money because of that price increase and you're giving us less. That's not okay with me. So I really, really hope if they're doing this, they handle it the right way, because if they don't, a lot of people are going to be mad that they ended support for those platforms. Even though we've been getting some crappy games, the fact is we were getting, several games a month. If they decrease that down to 1 or 2 games a month because they're only going to be supporting the PS4, nobody's going to be happy. If they're going to give us 1 or 2 PS4 games and several VR games, I don't really think people are going to be too happy. So they're going to have to figure out a way to actually support it and make sure that people get quality releases, every month for free. But I guess we will see in a year's time what will happen. I hope that in this last year that they will at least send out the PS3 and the Vita on a high note and give us really great free games for those that we can keep for for ourselves for forever. By the way, any PS3 and Vita games that you got for free, you still keep as long as you're a PS Plus member. You don't lose, PS Plus, free games. You get to keep them as long as you keep subbing. You get to keep them. So I just wanted to throw that in there because I didn't want anybody to go, oh no, I don't get to keep my free games anymore. Yes, you do. But I really hope they send the PS3 and the Vita out on a high note and give us some really great games, especially when it comes to the last month that we'll get for those in a year from now. I hope they make it really good games, some RPGs, JRPGs, action-adventure games. Not a bunch of this indie crap. I mean, some really good games. You can even give us PSP games. Like some of the really good PSP RPGs. Throw those in there. Make those free PS Plus games for Vita. I don't care. That's fine. I never understood why Sony never made their PS1 games and their PS2 games on PS3 free PS Plus games. It never made sense to me that we really never got those. It would have been fantastic to get those for free. But it is what it is. But that's pretty much it for this video. This video went a lot longer than what I expected. But I just had my thoughts to ramble around about it. And, leave your comments down below. How you feel about it. What you think about it. This is a pretty solid month for anybody who doesn't have those games. Sadly for me, I've already got Ratchet & Clank and Bloodborne physically. I'm not really going to get anything out of this month. Except that Claire game looks pretty cool because I like horror games. And I guess Mighty Number 9 if I want to play that train wreck, which I really don't want to give it the time of day. So I'll probably pass on that. But until next time, this is the Jokester, signing out. See ya. Have a nice day.